This video will go through the areas in the Bluebook that will be used most often and provide a brief description to the main areas and information under each tab. There will be other videos that go in depth to many, if not all, of these tabbing areas, but that will follow. You will need your Bluebook with you during this lesson in order to follow along and find sections accordingly. Make sure you have your tabs handy as well. Objective. The objective for this video are to show why tabbing the Bluebook is important, highlighting the most used portions of the Bluebook, allowing you to pause the video and tab as we go, and provide basic information for each legal citation area. Each title in this section will be a tab within your Bluebook. Please pause the video at each section in order to review the page number where the tab should be placed. Each section will provide a brief explanation of information to go along with the general title. So, to the roadmap. Tabbing the Bluebook is important because it will allow for easy searching and access to the main citation areas that appear during your 1L year and throughout law school. After introducing the tabs, there will be a brief explanation in each section. Why is this important? Tabbing will save both a lot of time and effort in order to find the most important sections of the Bluebook, but do not underestimate the importance of tabbing. It will be helpful not only in legal citations throughout law school and in your career, but will be helpful to provide answers to finding answers to the quiz after this module. Be aware that some of these tabs, including cases, statutes, and tables, will be used more often and need to be replaced. This is not a one-time process, but tabs should be replaced as well. Please note that you will see an asterisk on each section that you will need to tab. Follow the directions for tabbing accordingly. So now to the general sections. First of all, we'll start with the blue pages. These are pages 3 through 56 of the Bluebook. These pages are known as a practitioner's guide for where practitioner legal writing, court documents, and legal memoranda. Next are the white pages. These are pages 57 through 231 of the Bluebook. These pages are for academic legal writing, journals, law reviews, etc. Next we have tables. These are pages 233 to 523 of the Bluebook. The index, which are pages 525 through 560 of your Bluebook. This section will be used as your quick reference guide when you are lost as to where to look. Please pause the video here and tab the index section. So we'll begin tabbing outside of the index with introductory signals. Please pause the video as we begin and tab this page of the Bluebook. Now, Rule 1.2 of the Bluebook is the rule for introductory signals. This is on pages 58 and 59. The next section is types of signals and orders are in the order most common to least common. The signals are as follows. C. Authority supports the proposition which with the citation is associated either implicitly or in the form of dicta. Now, dicta is an opinion of a judge that goes beyond the facts of a case. C also, which is authority in addition, we'll pause. C also. This happens when authority is additional support for the proposition which the citation is associated. Next, e.g. Authority states the proposition with which the citation is associated. CF, authority supports by analogy. CF literally means compare. The citation will only appear relevant to the reader if it is explained. Finally, accord. Use following citations to authority referred to in text when there are additional authorities that either state or clearly support the proposition with which the citation is associated. Id, everyone's favorite. Please pause the Bluebook and tab the video and tab this section in your Bluebook. The rules for ID are in Rule 4.1 of the Bluebook, and this is located on pages 78 and 79. Once a full citation to a case, statute, regulation, book, or journal article has been provided, subsequent references within the same discussion can be less complete. The less complete or short-form citation must clearly identify the reference work. Short-form citation should only be used when the reader will find it easy to return to the full citation. ID is one of the most common forms of the short-form citation and should only be used when the preceding authority is the same one cited to with ID. Next, we have general case citations. Please pause the video here and tab this section in your Bluebook. This is located in Rule 10. Rule 10 to 10.8 of the Bluebook on pages 94 through 107. This section of the Bluebook includes how to cite a case. We have name of cases on 96 through 102, reporters on 102 through 104, courts and jurisdiction on 104 through 106, and date and year on 106 through 207. Please refer to the top right-hand corner of the page for an example on a general case citation and the main points within each said citation. Next, short-form cases. This is Rule 10.9 of the Bluebook in pages 115 through 118. Please pause the video now and tab this section. You will not be using footnotes for this class, but please review the generally section and continue through the text section on page 118. Please refer to the top right-hand corner of the page for an example on a short-form case citation. Next, constitutions. This is Rule 11 of the Bluebook on pages 118 and 119. Please pause the video now and tab this section in your Bluebook. A brief explanation of constitution is that Rule 11 lays out the citation method for constitutional sections. You should cite to the United States Federal Constitution by using U.S. space const. Cite to state constitutions by abbreviating the state name, followed by const. Constitution citations do not use any short form besides ID. Please refer to the top right-hand corner of the page for examples on the United States Constitution citation and a state constitution following. General statute citations. This is located in Rules 12.1 through 12.9 of the Bluebook on pages 120 to 133. Please pause the video now and tab your Bluebook. An explanation of this section is as follows. If possible, you should cite to the current official code or supplement. A new edition of the United States Code is published every 6 years with a cumulative supplement published annually. The last two publications occurred in 2012 and 2018. You should give the statute's name and original section number only if it is commonly cited that way or if it would aid the identification of the statute. If you are citing to a statute that is no longer in force, you should cite to the current code if the statute still appears in it. If it does not, cite to the last edition of the code in which it appeared. Please refer to the examples at the top of the page. The one on the right is an example of the United States Code, and the one following is an example of state code.
Yeah.
Short form statutes. This is Rule 12.10 of the Bluebook, located on pages 133 and 134. Please pause the video and tab this section of your Bluebook. Review the page 134 and the table on it to determine the proper way to short cite a statute. The example below shows a full citation and a short form citation for the United States Code. Next, we have books, reporters, and other non-periodic materials. This is Rule 15 on pages 149 and 150. Please pause the video now and tab this section of your Bluebook. These rules control the form citations to most secondary sources, including books, treatises, reports, white papers, dictionaries, encyclopedias, and all other non-periodic materials. Although you use this rule frequently during your 1L year, you will not use this rule frequently during your 1L year. It is always helpful to have the information for the future. The picture on the right-hand side of the screen is referencing Rule 15. Next, we have periodical materials. This is Rule 16, starting on page 159. Please pause the video here and tab your Bluebook. Rule 16 discusses periodicals in print, for example, law reviews, journals, newspapers, and most periodicals exist in both print and online versions. Always cite to the print version if possible. Moving on to electronic media and other non-print resources. This is Rule 18, located on page 178. Please pause the video now and tab your Bluebook. Now, Rule 18 covers electronic media and other non-print sources. Includes information found on the internet, widely used commercial databases, films, and broadcasts. As a general rule, electronic versions of authorities are to be cited if the material is not readily available in print. The picture on the right-hand side of the screen is referencing Rule 16. Rule 18, Next, we have the internet. This is located in Rule 18.2, starting on page 180. Please pause the video now and that's right, it's tap the Bluebook. Rule 18.2 covers the internet, offering guidance in formatting internet citations, general principles applicable to all internet citations, and sets out rules for direct citations to internet sources. The picture on the right-hand side of the screen is referencing Rule 18.2. Moving on to tables. Table 1, starting on page 233, covers United States jurisdiction abbreviations, and abbreviations for Colorado specifically can be found on pages 253 to 254. Pause the video now and tab these pages in your Bluebook specifically. The picture on your right is referencing Table 1. Table 6 starts on page 496 and covers case name abbreviations. Pause the video now and tab Table 6. Table 7, starting on page 498, covers court name abbreviations. Make sure to check these tables for every citation and make sure you pause your video and tab Table 7 before we move on. Continuing, Table 9, starting on page 501, covers legislative documents, and Table 10, starting on page 502, covers geographical term abbreviations. Please pause the video and tab both of these pages. The picture on the right is referencing Table 10. Table 13, starting on page 510, covers periodical abbreviations, for example, law review abbreviations. In your first year, it is important to know every aspect of the Bluebook, even though tables 9, 10, and 13 will not be used heavily in your first year. As an example of what your Bluebook should look like once you're done tabbing, here's Claudia's Bluebook. Nice job, Claudia. Impressive.